divinely designed masterminds. Welcome to your July Pathology reading. I am Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So, just because we're getting this together, because this is our first trial run of Pathology, I'm gonna let you guys know who this is for off top, because it's a couple of things that I go by. With the video I have linked below, the reason why I have everyone do the calculations is so you can get your supplementary paths, right? Which means like the last 2-digit number before you reduce it. Because in essence, it would go by, if you already know your life path number, you would go by that. But the reason why we do the math calculations, because you usually know that you're like 7, but you don't know that it's, you know, a 5 and a 2. So 25, that gets you 7, right? But you want that code too, because that gives you the 2 other readings that you can watch on top of your main path, which would be a 7, right? Or whatever your number would be. But I have like a little grid. And the other thing that I go by as far as incorporating zodiac signs is each life path number, like the vibration of it, aligns with a planet, right? And of course, we know planets rule signs, right? So aside from what signs come up in the reading, because like whenever I'm channeling or as I do the readings, there's different signs that end up coming up, and I include those too in the description box. But off GP, because of Neptune and Uranus, this would be for life path 7s as well as Aquarius and Pisces people may resonate with this as well, right? So anywho, with the logistics out of the way, when I first tuned into you guys' energy, it was different than everyone I've done prior to. And I think this is because, not to say that the other paths aren't dealing with inner battles, but I feel that what it is that you guys are battling with is totally like inside, right? So it's like an inner battle that's going on, because it literally felt like war, right? It's like chaos, confusion, all this other kind of stuff, right? But the longer that I kind of sat with it, it kind of deduced down to something that seemed less, Armageddon-like, And the main theme that I got for you guys is that it boils down to a fear of making choices, right? And the fear of making choices is really rooted in like an insecurity, aligned with your judgment, right? So when you're put in a position to where you're thinking of things to do, it's like a fear of making the wrong choice, right? And this may be something that's going on subconsciously, because it falls under the realm of like a self-sabotage technique, right? So these are the things that we do that are holding us back in life, that we're not necessarily like, consciously aware that we're doing. But the reason why this is coming up for you guys, as well as all of the paths, honestly, is because it's almost as if the season that we're in, especially like, with this eclipse and things of the sort, things being eclipsed out of your life, the retrograde, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing is everything that's been holding you back in the sense of us out, right? Not necessarily just people. People can represent our inner issues, but it's really about us. It's like, more or less showing us how we've blamed other people, situation, circumstance, whatever, for issues in our life. But it's like Spirit is bringing to the surface how it is that we sabotage ourselves and how we're holding ourselves back, so that you can acknowledge that, start to put work into it, put it to the side, so you can step into the life that you're supposed to have, right? So it's in essence a self-sabotage technique. So it's being in an inner dissension with things. And the way that I'm seeing it like playing out, so to speak, would be like if you're in a relationship and you really don't like the person that much, it's still kind of that kind of theme of sticking with the devil that you know, or not trusting your judgment that this person is actually bad. So it's like the fear of, if I walk away, I might be the one that's wrong. So it's kind of staying in situations past their due date, you know what I mean? And waiting for the other person to make a choice. Or if you feel that you have to take the initiative to make a choice, right? It's like your mind just goes bananas. But the whole key of kind of breaking that is making a choice. And it sounds so simple, but it's literally whatever it is that you choose to do. You have to choose to do it with your whole heart and move forward and not look back, right? Because if you're ever looking back, it creates like inner dissension, right? So it's like you're at war with yourself, and the war is going on between I want to go this way and the other part of you like I want to stay back here, right? So it's more or less releasing yourself from that. And let me see, is there anything else that came up? Oh, just for the new moon and the retrograde, what you guys are going to be spending the month of July doing. Like, of course, you want to release anything that isn't serving you, of course, in the bigger scheme of things. But you really want to be doing self-evaluation during this month. And I've been telling every sign that it's like looking at your life for the last 6 months, the last year, what have you, and really looking at how you've been handling things, what things that come to your mind that you know that you need to deal with, because it's almost like the retrograde is being used to clean house, right? And I think you guys, like those of you who know that you're empaths, I would strongly suggest making sure you get your rest, making sure you're eating well, you're drinking a lot of water, because with that eclipse energy and us being in Cancer season, it's like it's going to be feeling off kilter. And I think I said that with Alchemist. It's like healing sickness. You know what I mean? It's like feeling these shifts that are going on and just making sure that you're not internalizing it, thinking it's just about you. Is that you're picking up with, you know, is going on in the collective and whatnot, as well as what's going on with shifts with the earth and whatnot, and the planets and all that good stuff. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for my mastermind, please, Spirit. Anything they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that come to the forefront in this here reading. And as always, Spirit, thank you in advance. Because I know you're good for it, Spirit. I know you're good for it, dang son of a gun. All right. Whoa. Okay. Jeez Louise. Isn't this interesting? We have the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups. If this doesn't encapsulate everything it is I just said, okay? The situation we're dealing with this month is the fact that there's one foot stuck in the nostalgia of the past. That, by the way, doesn't exist anymore. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? And then we have another foot that wants a new beginning. But oh my goodness, how do we break the tie, right? Well, the thing is that the past can be illusionary in the sense that the way that we remember things is not always 100% on point. We have a tendency to have hindsight bias, right? So when we think back to past situations, we have a tendency just as human beings to only remember the good, right? So it's not an accurate depiction, right? But I also feel that that's heavily rooted in comfort, right? It's what I know, you know? And again, still kind of like puffing it up to be a lot more than it is. The other side of this is wanting this urge within to start something new. And that's something the entire collective is feeling. The entire collective is feeling very restrained by, you know, the monotony of day to day. And it's wanting like this fresh rebirth in life, right? Because everything that's been being done just doesn't really feel like it's serving us anymore, right? But the whole key with this is, it's like, well, how does one do that? It's so funny, you guys, and these sixes, this is hilarious. Your emotional challenge is the lovers. We're going to get to that in a second. But anyway, so the whole thing is here, and I think it's funny that, you know, 6 and 1 is 7. Just saying. Anyway, well, that actually aligns with what I'm saying, because what Spirit told me the other day about the number 7, and that being like the power that you possess within you. And I'm going to tell you how to get to that. So what we're really talking about is attuning and going within. And of course, it's a convoluted statement. What does it really mean to go within? Well, it's really tuning into what you really want in a very serious sense. It's like going into your heart is like, aside from conditions, external expectations, it's like a lot of you guys' self-reflection is going to be digging in and thinking about what is it that brings you joy, right? What is it that makes you happy? Like, What, like, because you know, sometimes like when you go on vacation and it's like you wake up and you know, like your flight leaves that day, and it's like when your alarm clock goes off, you're not irritated and wanting to punch it, you know, you're just like, vacation, right? That feeling. It's like, what brings you that feeling? If nothing brings you that feeling, then that's what you want to fixate your self-reflection on. It's like, what brings you joy? What brings optimism to your life? What is your passion, right? Or even something as simple as thinking, what's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? What are we here for? Are we really just here just to work jobs every day? You know what I'm saying? To go to work and get money to one day live happiness somewhere out there in the future. It's like, what can be done today, right? Now, when we're looking at the Lover's card, this is your emotional challenge is inner reconciliation. It's to reconcile with yourself, right? Because I feel like, and this is kind of funny how I'm seeing it, it's almost like being in an emotionally unavailable relationship with yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you think about a husband and a wife that are like, you know, married, whatever, and it's like the wife is trying to connect with the husband, but the husband is just completely ignoring her. That's what I'm seeing going on inside of you, right? I think you guys, what I'm feeling is that you guys are operating more in masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? Of just action oriented stuff, and it's denying the feminine, right? So it's kind of like how spirit is showing it to me. This is so funny. It's like, okay, all of us have that duality within us. We all have our masculine energy, we all have our feminine energy. Oh wow, spirit is really opening this up. This is so dope. Okay, we all have masculine energy, we all have feminine energy. But if you were to look at the two, you know, polarities within yourself as actual people, right? It's like your masculine side is ignoring its wife, which would be the feminine side, right? The feminine side is talking about going within, receptivity. So we're talking about spirituality. We're talking about soul mission. We're talking about emotions, nurturing things of the sort, right? Creativity, birthing things into being. That side of the self is being ignored and is being dominated by the more action-oriented, logical, not necessarily, you know, considering emotions. This needs to be done. This is the responsible thing to do, you know? So when the wife is like, my needs aren't being met, it's like, stop nagging me, woman. You know, where's my dinner? You know what I'm saying? So what the themes that that's saying to me, it's a lack of self-compassion. It's a lack of self-nurturing. It's like it's ignoring a whole facet of yourself. And to think, if you were sitting in a house and you were watching a husband treat his wife that way, it would be like, oh my gosh, like, how does she live like that? Well, that's how the feminine side of you is living right now, my friend. You know what I'm saying? So the challenge is going to be to get your inner husband, right, to acknowledge his wife. You know, y'all need to go to inner couples therapy, which is your self-reflection. I don't know. I wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, man, but that's going to be the challenge. The challenge is creating union within the self. Because like I was saying, like the channel messages I was getting for you guys, it's dissension. But it's dissension rooted in fear. You know what I mean? But the thing is that, you know, if what you've been doing up to this point isn't working, and you haven't been understanding why that is, it's because the self-sabotage is coming in the fact of one, not acknowledging the self. We have the Six of Wands and you guys' guidance. So the whole thing is, and this is so interesting, and it's another six. Ooh, that's 3 sixes. 666. I just came across that somewhere. I mean, like reading about it. Because, I mean, of course, you know, everyone's like, oh my God, Mark of the Beast. No, not that. Oh, what is that? Is that like ego death? Just because I don't remember right now and I don't want to tell y'all the wrong thing, I'm going to go into that in the extended reading. Because I just read that somewhere. But the explanation that I read was so interesting. That's very interesting. But anywho, the thing that I'm seeing is the issue here. It's self-sabotage because in a sense of desires, you guys are trying to move forward. I can see that clearly. But I feel like this is being revealed to you because it's almost like, well, I can't even say almost like, it's just a subconscious program that's running. And to me, I think it's rooted in a belief system that says that you're not allowed to, how is that? Because I'm thinking of Fantasia. This is so weird. I'm thinking of Fantasia, the movie about her life, like her biopic that came out eons ago. And before she tried out for American Idol, it's like her mom was telling her, like when she got pregnant, it's like, oh, it's not about you anymore. You don't have dreams. Like you have a baby to raise, right? So you give up on your dreams, so to speak, right? And that was like one of the pivotal points in the story. But I feel it's something like that. It's like a core belief that's rooted in the family of like, life isn't about happiness. It's not about your enjoyment. Like you make your bed hard, you lay in it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a part of you that's screaming out, that's saying, like, this isn't what I want. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another facet of you, and I don't doubt that you're being successful, because that's why I say it's like, I don't really feel the issue is so much in you guys' external lives. Like, I think from the outside looking in, a person would look at your life and feel like, oh, their life is the jam. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the only place I'm seeing imbalance is within. So it's like you're doing what you're supposed to do. And a lot of it is y'all's dad, man. It's like your dad's views and values on life is the challenge. And that's what the opposition is. And I think some of you may be aware of this. Others of you, I really don't feel like you are. And it's not saying like your dad's a bad person, but it's like and I don't know why I always go to I cannot talk right now. Farmer type of illustrations. Not saying your dad's a farmer, but it's like, I always see like a farmer dad. So it's, like a dad that believes life is all about picking yourself up from the bootstraps. I walk 10 miles to school every day. I raised 12 kids with your mother. It wasn't about these fancy little creative dreams. It's like you got to work hard, grit, It's like a dad with a mentality like that. And I feel like you guys have internalized that, right? But the thing is, like I said, the feminine energy is being denied. So the thing is that with the Six of Wands, granted, you guys may be successful, in aligning with your dad's, or I mean, whatever, whether it's your dad or it's just like a masculine, like societal idea of what, a man or what a successful person is supposed to be, right? So it's like you're successful in that aspect, absolutely. But when it comes to your inner success, not so much. And the truth is, being successful in like the external world is cool. You get kudos from people, but inside you're unfulfilled. And that's what the whole point of this is, right? That's the root of this indecision. Because it's the fact that you have everything together, but are you really happy with it? You know what I mean? Can you really honestly say that you love your life? You know what I'm saying? Do you really feel like you're living your dreams? Do you really feel like you're living your purpose? You know what I'm saying? So more or less, when we're looking at lessons for the month, it's for you guys to define what success is. That's really what it is. It's redefining what success is, because the current definition of success is based in something outside of you, right? Like another person's idea of success. And it's almost like we cheat ourselves out of life when we take what other people define as success, or we're taking another person's experience over our own, because that's a form of self-denial in a sense, right? Because we're letting another person tell us what happiness is, another person tell us what success is. And it's almost like following this blueprint of what a person said would make you happy, but it's being in a life that's just breathless. It's empty, it's void. You know what I mean? It's unfulfilling. And then the question becomes, well, what the heck is it there? And then for others of you, it falls into this aspect of feeling dry or parched spiritually. And a great deal of that is rooted in the fact that it's a disconnect between yourself and spirit. It's like following some external figure's idea of or following some external figure's guidance or idea of the fulfilled life. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like ego, dude. Because it's like, okay, I'm looking at, okay, the 666 again. And of course we know that's all synonymous, like I said, mark of the beast, devil, whatever. But it's like looking at this in more of a metaphysical sense, who the devil really is the self. You know what I'm saying? It's the ego, right? It's the false god. And this is actually ironic, but it's like, that's what you guys' archetype symbolizes, right? Because mastermind, you think of a person who's a raving intellectual. That is not what the mastermind is about. It's play on words, right? The mastermind archetype is about mastering your mind, meaning going through the path or the process of allowing your soul to ascend back onto its throne to have dominion over the mind, right? Because a lesser god, that of which would be your ego, is the one that's in control. The lesser god is concerned with the external world. Wow, this is so interesting. So it's literally like a battle between good and evil with you guys. But the good would be your soul and the evil would be your ego. Oh, this extended is going to be fun. Oh, man, this is so gangster. This is so gangster. Why this is so important? Because of the role that you guys play in the freaking collective. Why? Because everything you guys are doing, you're going to be teaching other people how to do, you know? How to master your mind and what's not told, whatever, through facing your shadow. So wonderful. Let me tell you something, y'all. Oh, this is about to be so real. The whole ordeal is here, man. There is a facet of yourself that you have forgotten about. There is a part of you that you have thrown into the shadows. It may very much be related to trauma, because it happens a lot of times with trauma. We experience a trauma, we blame the self, and we say that it's the inner self or the person that we are, right, that caused us to experience this trauma. So I should not be that person. And that person that you guys threw away, gosh, this is becoming so esoteric, is the feminine, divine feminine part of yourself. The person who's emotional and nurturing and creative. That person was locked away in a vault, made into the little evil demon child, and is not being acknowledged. It's like a little stepchild, y'all locking in the closet of the inner self. You know what I'm saying? And the whole goal is, in July, you guys are going to be going on a journey within to release this child from this prison. You know what I'm saying? A little dark closet. And they're going to be like, I've been waiting for you. We need to have a conversation. Because this needs to be integrated into yourself, and that's partly of what's going to heal this imbalance within, right? It's needing to confront everything it is that's been held within, or that you're afraid of, or whatever, right? But it's literally that feminine side of yourself. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Oh man, this is about to get fun. This is my kind of stuff, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love this. This is about to get real. So anywho, we're going to go through and finish clarifying these in the extended. Ooh, as well as going into, oh gosh, I lost a die. Going into any, oh good Lord. I don't know where it went. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't y'all judge me. I'm about to use my foot as toes. Wait, foot is, my foot as fingers. Don't judge me. Wait. Don't make this awkward for me. Okay. That didn't happen. So anyway, in the extended, we're going to further clarify these. And before I start, I'm going to look up that meaning that I found for this. But literally, dude, this is epic. Like, this is an epic shift. This is a really epic shift. But we're going to further clarify these and then go into guidance, advice, and practical application interventions for everything that's coming up into your reading. And the link for that should be below. But for right now, we are going to throw the dice of resonance, my friend. You can ask a yes or no question if you like. Pause me if you need to. Interesting. Oh, yeah. And a lot of people have already started naming our other dice, and we're going to do a poll Okay, so if you have an idea of which we should name a new dice, it's 3 of them, you know, and it's, what is it? The heart chakra, the third eye chakra, and the throat chakra. There's 3 of them, you know. They have planets, numbers, and zodiac signs on them. So think of a really cool name. It's how we got the name for the dice of resonance. But anyway, I'm just calling them the oracle dice right now. But anywho, so the answer to your question is no. We have Virgo. We have Pisces. So Pisces are definitely going to resonate with this. We have friend. And then we have question mark. So that means it could be sun, moon, rising, Venus, or anywhere in your chart you could have that. So no, Virgo, Pisces, friend, and anywhere in your chart. So let me write this down for other signs that may resonate with this. You could be a Virgo or a Pisces, or this could be someone important in your life. You could have a friend that's a Virgo and a Pisces. You know what I'm saying? But since Pisces automatically resonates with this already, I just look at that as double confirmation. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, let's go ahead and throw these puppies. Oh, we have Gemini. Oh, look at that. The number 7. And we have North Node. Oh, man. So you could have a Gemini North Node. Or you could be a Gemini. Or Gemini could be of some relevance to you, my friend. And let's see hither. So with North Node, we have you're now learning something new about your destiny, where you're going, what you're developing that you will carry forward, your legacy. Y'all are stepping into y'all truth and whatnot or whatever. This is letting me know, because y'all have been asking me so much about this North Node stuff. We literally need to come together and do this like ASAP. Let me take another note. I love how Spirit convicts me in front of all of my subbies. Didn't I tell you to do that? Yes, I know you did, but leave me alone, okay? Yeah, man. So one thing I would say is look into your chart for your North Node. I want to go into that in the extended, but we would legit be there all day, y'all. I'm not even going to lie to you. So what I might do is, in the event that someone has a North Node in Gemini, I may look into that in the extended. But anywho, number 7, this is going to give us the archetype that we are going to focus on for the month, like our meditative point. And of course, that is the Chariot card, my friend, and the lessons of that card, which I'm going to go to in the extended. And number 7 says, imagination, dreams, and openness to hidden realities. What's behind the veil? Looking at this Ace of Cups, that's what that's all about, man. Do you know what the veil is? Do you know where to find it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's behind the veil and what's not, or whatever. And those are all feminine qualities, all things you guys are going to want to attune to this month. You know what I'm saying? And even with Gemini, you know, you got the Lover's card. It's 2 facets of the self and things. Anyway. Meet me over there on Vimeo if you about that life. If not, I love your freaking face. I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.